Guitar Stories Podcast, your number one show for everything guitar.
Hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 50 of the Guitar Stories podcast. And today we have a special guest. Hello, Andy's mom.
Hello, Dan.
Judy, it's so nice to have you on the show on this special episode.
Oh, thank you. I do watch. I do follow. Perhaps not for the whole podcast, but I try and I do follow.
Every now and then. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Is
I
that
do.
the very first time that you are on the show?
It is very first time. Yes,
Never
yes.
been
It
in
is.
any of Andy's videos? No
No,
cameo
no,
appearances? No?
no, none at all. None at all. No, no, no. He's here in England.
Yeah.
I've just made him an English roast lunch with roast potatoes, roast chicken. Was it nice? Is he?
He's nodding.
He's
Yeah.
nodding. He did enjoy
Yeah.
it. He did enjoy
Actually,
it.
it's actually a
did.
very good setting. Unfortunately, we can't see it in the stream, but I can see Andy in the mirror, so I can see both of you, which is pretty nice. Yeah. Hello, Andy. So, Judy, tell us how is it to have Andy back
Oh,
in
it's
the Forest of
lovely.
Dean?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Yeah, it's nice to have him home. Yeah, we've been walking through the forest, haven't we, Andrew? But today, it's pouring down with rain. But we've,
Oh.
we've.
But I really like that you had some. So was it marshmallow chocolate?
Yes, marshmallows.
Chocolate milk.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, chocolate milk. Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, and it's nice having his children here as well.
Yeah.
It's
And
lovely.
and Andrew was playing with his Legos. He told me.
Lego. Oh, he's got a garage full of cars now down there, and they're all flying around the living room. They're all it's playing with all these cars, hitting into the furniture and under the fireplace. And we had to get something to get it out so it wouldn't get burnt. And we've got a wood burner, a lovely wood burner. And because it's a cold day, we've lit the wood burner. We've got a nice fire. Yeah, so it's nice and cozy. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah. But I do enjoy what you do. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I love music.
Oh, that's good. Do you play an instrument, Judy?
Piano. Play the piano.
Yeah. I think Andy mentioned that previously. Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to teach. When Andrew and his sister were small. And children would come from his school and they would come and have a half an hour lesson. And that's when they used to play with the Lego. So I'd put the Lego out while I was teaching, and yeah. And then I went to a school in a little village with, this would have been about 80 children there, primary school, and I taught music there as well. Lots of different, and a choir. We had a choir, and we did modern stuff.
Very good.
We did do I don't know whether anyone. We did a lot of Adele. I'm afraid.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Because
why not?
her breathing's good when she sings. And you can really hear her breathing, and it makes it helped with the singing. And they just copy what they hear, don't they, children?
Yeah, sure.
And her breathing was really and they would breathe in the right places.
That's great. That explains a lot where Andy's musicality comes from.
Oh yeah, it's from my dad as well. He was a drummer. These things are slipping down over my head. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. So Judy, a couple weeks ago, Andy celebrated not just his 40th birthday, but also 40,000 subscribers on YouTube. How does it feel as a mom if you know that like 40,000 people are watching his shows on a daily basis?
Very proud. Very proud. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah. And he loves what he does, and isn't that brilliant to be able to do something that you really enjoy?
Absolutely.
It's great stuff. Yeah.
It's also the reason why we started the show, because we enjoy talking about gear and talking about music. And so we thought, okay, why not do such a weekly thing where we just hang and talk and invite cool guests. And so.
And you've got all these followers. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Well, Andy's followers, but yeah, we've got a nice live crowd of 30 people at the moment. Super nice chat with Sarang and Valeria as moderators, and it's just a very tightly knit community, and we appreciate all of them. So It's even
Yes.
cooler that you get to be a part of it in our 50th episode.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, it's nice to speak to you. Nice to speak to you. There's a lot
Yeah.
of them that I haven't met. What's his name? The one that you with the bald head.
Henning.
Henry, yes, he seems
Yeah.
interesting. I'll say no more. Oh, okay. Is there anything else? Is it? Are you going to come and rescue me now? He's over there.
You did such a great job, Judy.
Aw,
Whenever
Well-
Andy is not available, I think Judy can just fill in for him.
I'll do that then, shall I?
What's that?
Yeah, when you're not around, I'll fill in for you.
Brilliant, perfect.
Okay. Okay. Have a good
Judy,
evening. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye. There we are.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Can you bring some food up?
Is there-
Just a light.
Is there a better way to start episode 50? I don't think so.
Hello.
Oh, there he is!
Hello, buddy. How awesome is my mum?
She's great.
Just before I say hi to you, Dan, I want to say thank you to everybody in the comments and chat for being so nice and saying such nice things about my mum. She's the best mum, of course. She was very nervous. She said, "I'll just say hello," and then before I know it, she's going for it. She could have stayed on the whole
Yeah.
show, I think.
I think so too. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, Dan. Welcome to my childhood bedroom.
Oh, that's so lovely. Did you tidy it up for the show?
Well, it's been redecorated since I moved out. You know, the sort of.
Okay.
But there were some shirts hanging behind me. You know, just. Full disclosure: this is the mum. This is the mum room, the sleeping room for mum when dad's snoring too much, which is
All right. Yeah.
often.
All the time. Yeah. Yeah.
But I found some really
What's like-
wicked stuff. It's really cool stuff that I'd forgotten about.
For example, show us some stuff.
This hat. That's. I'm not sure if that's my hat, but it's. I also found this, which used to hang in our car.
All right. I'd rather be watching Liverpool. Nice. Actually, the hat is something you could bring as a souvenir for Bob.
That's true. That's true. I'll see if I can get one of my kids to wear it. Yeah. So hello, mate. Sorry. Let's just check through these comments. I was reading the comments, but I just wanted to make sure I haven't missed anything. Yeah. She did a wonderful job, and she did make a wonderful Tuesday night roast, of which I ate far too much, and now I'm feeling a little bit bloated. In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah. So, you're streaming from home.
Yeah, I'm home in the
How-
Forest of Dean.
Yeah. What was the last time you were home? Couple months? Or?
20 months ago. So
Oh, wow.
March, the very beginning of March 2020. I was at the
Alright.
guitar show in Birmingham, and yeah, then we left, and then of course we couldn't come back for quite some time.
Mm.
So yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. It's great to come back, and I'm staying in a house that's in the village. We can't stay with mum and dad at the moment because we're just too big, and they're having a redecorating job going on.
Mhm.
We've got a lovely house. It's beautiful. It's a little cottage called Rose Cottage, but the internet speed, I can't even load Instagram. I did a speed test thing, and it said, your internet's rather slow. I said, yes it is. So, yeah. But, you know, it's kind of nice to be disconnected a little bit, but now here we are. And, yeah, I'm excited. We've got Yazzy on the show. Have you mentioned that yet?
Not yet. Nope,
Okay.
not at all.
Spoilers.
She's
but
our
it's
special
in the
guest,
thumbnail.
Yeah. So, have you met Yazzy before?
No, I've been
No.
been a guest, not a guest, sorry. I've been a viewer of her live streams. I really enjoy
right,
those.
okay.
And
Okay.
she does, we'll talk to her about them, of course. But yeah, I really enjoy, I hang around while I'm doing editing or something. She plays in the background and I'm
Mhm.
absorbing her content. It's great.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I mean, we'll dive into that topic and everything about her later in the show. But she's our guest for this episode. Besides your mom, because your mom's the special guest.
Yeah. It's nice that you can say your mum without actually being offensive, you know, like your mum as in
Yeah.
as a what's the word? So I hope
Is
I'm
that-
the same, by the way, because I'm at home. I'm Andrew now. You know, so
Yep,
I'm not.
Andrew.
I'm not Andy. I'm Andrew, and I have to be on my best behavior. Which I'll be honest, I haven't been. I've been throwing Lego around the room, which has been great.
So this is also the news of the week, right?
Yeah.
Andrew?
News. Yes, Daniel. Can I call you Daniel? Then
Yeah,
let's
absolutely.
let's do some music news stings. You know, just because
Okay.
I've spent time setting it up. So here we go.
Okay. All right.
All right, and straight in with the news. We've just got a super chat.
Whoa!
Christopher Lewis, super chat. Andy, please get some flowers for your mum from the group. Christopher Lewis, you're an absolute gentleman, and I will tell her that immediately. She already had flowers, actually, because that's the kind of son I am. But in fact, Dan's on the screen twice. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, she's had flowers already, but I will embellish that with either some more flowers or another gift of choice from the group, if that's okay. Christopher Lewis, thank you so much. News: I'm in England. I flew all the way here. I'm not going to say it was expensive, but let's just say that I could have bought 2.5 Ibanez Itchy 10s for the price it cost me to get here.
Is that the new currency? There you go.
There we go. Sorry, a bit late on that one. Yeah, so it's been an interesting trip so far. Nobody checked any of the pages and pages of documentation that I had to fill out to come here, to do with the reasons why we're not allowed to travel, which I don't want to mention because it's one of those words that gets YouTube to pay attention to us. But yeah, we filled out so much paperwork to get here, and then we just walked through. And I threw my passport at a policeman, and he said, "Come on in." Go on,
You've
it
been
was-
away too
yeah.
far, bloke.
Yeah, rented a car, rented a house, rented a plane, for 2 hours. Technically, I was part owner of a plane. All good. All good.
Yep.
And I'm here. I'm enjoying it. I've eaten far too much, man. First thing I did was buy a
That's-
Cadbury's chocolate bar when I got through the shop, through to the shop, and I said, I just got to check if my credit card's working. Chocolate. Oh no. It works.
And that chocolate milk this afternoon, I was so jealous. I was working like crazy in the office, and then I see this, and I just went, I want one too.
Well, sorry, Christopher Lewis is still on the screen. I don't know why that is. Sorry, Christopher. Yeah, I didn't. Full disclosure, I didn't have a chocolate milk today. That belonged to my son and my daughter and Elka and my
Okay.
mum. I had a straight up black coffee. Sorry,
All right.
but I did.
No, I'm
I
a
did
little
eat a few of the
disappointed.
marshmallows.
No.
Jason,
That's the
Andy,
best.
can you smuggle a curry, fish and chips, and some Greggs back through customs, please? I will do my very best, which honestly will be not at all, because they won't make it past being near me. They'll just get eaten straight away. Yeah. Actually, sorry, I've just got to go to Umberto. Toblerone's airport chocolate. There was literally hundreds of bars of Toblerone, and it's the one chocolate bar I can't stomach, so I didn't buy it.
No.
No, I don't like it. Don't like those little magical bits of evil that have in them. Like nice
Yeah.
chocolate. Ugh.
Yeah.
nougat.
To me, Toblerone is something like the Revenge of the Swiss. Because it's so pointy, and
Mhm.
if you eat it in the wrong way, it kind of can hurt
Yeah.
your inside of the mouth. So to me, it's like they try to lure you in and kind of give you a good feeling because it's chocolate, but ultimately it's a weapon. Think about it.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Valeria is asking what you're drinking. Is it the hemp soda again?
No, but glad you're asking. Today I'm drinking what's it called? Club Mate Cola. It's like a tea-based mate. What's it? I don't know what's the English word. Mate-based.
I think it's mate still.
Mate, yeah. So usually I think they make mate tea from it, but there's also mate Coke, which is less sweet but still very tasty. And yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. Not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored. Not yet. Not yet, everybody.
Not yet. There you go.
Not yet. Do you want to talk some gear?
Absolutely, please. We have
Okay.
a couple picks. They're all super
Yeah.
interesting.
Dance, pick up the week. Dance, pick up the week.
Man, I missed that.
All right.
I missed that lots.
Yeah.
So you've got a pick here, Dan. It seems to be. Oh, what company is that? That looks familiar.
Could be Ibanez.
It could indeed. It could indeed, Dan.
Yeah, that was one of the picks that were just a must because I was so excited to see Josh Smith getting a one-off S-type AZ signature guitar, and yeah, it's pretty cool to see him not just go for the telly but also go for the strat-shaped guitar, and I think it looks great. And actually, I was interested in receiving some comments from the community if they kind of dig the looks or if they say, I prefer like the more natural, classic look of the AZs and AZS. Because to me, I think it's kind of very interesting with especially with the black headstock.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it. I love matching headstocks.
Yeah.
I like a classic black and white Strat. Sarang has just commented exactly what I was just thinking. So Sarang has said this needs to be an AZES. Yeah, if you did an AZES with matching headstock, no pressure, but come on. Yeah, that would be killer. Absolutely killer.
Yeah. I'm not even quite sure what kind of tremolo they put on it. It's probably not an AZES tremolo because I think that would be.
You've sent me a video as well, which we won't hear the audio from, but we can see the video.
It's. I mean, that's not Josh playing the new guitar. It's just playing his old signature guitar. I just like the sound of it. So.
Oh, we can't hear it
it's
anyway.
not,
So.
No, that's not a must. But yeah, I mean, I'm in love actually with this model. I wouldn't be surprised if there would be like a lot of positive reactions and a lot of positive feedback, and yeah, which ultimately could always turn into the signature guitar at some point. But yeah, I mean, we've just introduced the Flat 5.1.
Yeah, it's a 6-screw trem system.
Yep.
So
very basic.
Very basic, but yeah, cool. I love matching headstocks, and that's as a guitar player, I probably wouldn't buy that guitar. It's forgive me, it's a bit too Ibanez.
It's pointy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if I'm not take away all the playing ability and all the sounds, all the reliability that Ibanez always delivers. Design alone, I would much prefer to be playing a Fender. I don't like the way the headstock looks on that. I think it looks too RG-ish.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, because it accentuates the pointiness.
Yeah, I just like, and I love the natural wood of the roasted maple. So.
Interesting. Actually, it was. I should have brought it to the show. There was a one-off they did for a Japanese band where the AZ logo actually didn't have that kind of gold filling. It was just the outline that said Ibanez, and I really dug this look too. So yeah, there are plenty of experimenting, going back and forth, and maybe developing new stuff for the new year and beyond that. So yeah, it'll be exciting. Stay tuned.
Well, due to you, due to my mum taking over the show, we've only got a few minutes till Yazzy's going to join us. So maybe we can have a look at some other picks, and then
absolutely
Yazzy can come in. Let's go to another one of yours. It is this one.
I have a little bit of a delay, so I need to wait a second.
Okay,
what do we see, Andy? Andrew?
Daniel, we see the Root Fender.
Ooh. Yes, Paisley. Oh yeah, black Paisley.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah. I mean, that was an instant pick. When I saw that, I was like, oh boy, that needs to be on the show because this has so much potential as a production model. I mean, Paisley is not everybody's, cup of tea, but at the end of the day, the overall look of that kind of offset shape plus the zebra pickups and everything, it's just like, it looks gorgeous. It's like a piece of art to me.
It is.
It's really
it's next level, man. That's a good pick. I've had the Squire and Fender Jim Root telly, and both were phenomenal. Both had this flat matte white finish, and this one's I just think it's gorgeous. It's going to be a great guitar. Exactly.
Absolutely.
So we've got some more pictures. Let's see some more stuff. Hang on. There we go.
Pretty cool.
Look
I
at
mean,
the
this one has
headstock.
been custom made. That's a good picture, isn't it?
Wow.
I mean, Jim Root really does know how to sell his stuff. So it's like for a company like Fender, I think it's the easiest and less cost or very cost effective marketing
Sure.
measures, and
Sure.
kind of get reactions from the fans and everything. And wow, I mean, I'm digging this. And I'm not the biggest offset shape fan, but overall, I'm totally digging the looks.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So as you said, it's not production, but if it were, then I think it would, depending on price, of course, it would sell. Maybe build it in Mexico, keep the price to about 1,300, and I think they'd have a good sale.
With
on the
EMGs,
heads.
maybe 1,500. Yeah.
With EMGs,
We're talking about
a bit more.
yeah. We're talking about kind of steep price increases that everyone's facing at the moment. So
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
We could probably mention that actually about prices in a little bit. Which maybe we'll talk to Yazzy about it, because we're going to bring her on in about, I would say, 10 minutes. Just because she's in the green room now, and that was a secret message
Already.
to Yazzy. You know, that was my smooth way of saying, you know, you've got about 10 minutes till you're on. We can't. Yeah. Nobody heard. So you've got another pick, Dan.
Yeah, please.
The LTD Snakebite.
Yeah, that was something that kind of leaked, I think, at a festival, and that was kind of surprising to see that there was a new finish that was kind of shown as a prototype and as an exhibition sample, but at such festival, which is a rather uncommon way, since a festival is a rather local show, and it's limited. The audience is limited. Whereas if you do the way
people.
that yeah, but if you go the route that Jim Root, if you go the route that Jim Root did, so then you open it up to the general public. So it's kind of the total opposite on how to kind of reveal such a model. Yeah, that was interesting to see. I think it's called the Kuyu Camo finish. It's an LTD version, so currently we only have, I think, the satin white and satin black versions of the James Hetfield Snakebite. It's not plenty more to say. I mean, if you're digging camo, that's probably a nice guitar for you. Personally, yeah. This, by the way, on the right side is the dude that's that photographed everything. So props to him for leaking that stuff. Yeah.
But it does actually say unreleased festival preview. So it's not super leakage. It's just wasn't that official.
Yeah. I mean, it's a new color. I
don't know if you can see the specs, everybody, but it's a set neck construction, a 3-piece mahogany neck, Makassar ebony fingerboard, thin U neck contour. I really want to try that. 22 XJ frets, LTD locking tuners, Tone Pros locking bridge, and EMG JH het set pickups. I can't wait. I really can't wait. It's definitely not a guitar that I would gravitate towards, but purely for the fact that I wouldn't gravitate towards it makes me want to play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it will be interesting. Yeah, totally. I mean, you've gotten into metal, so that might be a chugging machine too.
But I've never gone for so much right-handed work as James Hetfield. I've been sort of limited by Billy Joe Armstrong, I would say, who also is an amazing down picker.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, these were my picks of the week. The camo finish is probably not the big news, but it's kind of a nice addition. Yeah,
strong picks. Okay, can we do mine? Let's have some picks from Andrew.
Andy's pick of the week.
Andrew's pick of the week. Oh, Yazzy's joined us. Whoops, there's Yazzy just there.
Hi. Yes,
Hi,
I'm here.
Oh wow, that was not supposed to happen, but welcome to the show.
Well, hi, and surprise even to you.
Now you need to stick around with us and play Buy, Borrow, or Burn, right?
Yeah.
All right. I just see that my camera froze. Let me just quickly read this.
Okay. Well, if you do leave us, then don't worry, we can add you back again because you
No,
weren't supposed
no.
to be in here anyway.
I don't know. I don't know why this is happening.
Well, we'll carry on, and maybe you could have a look at your camera stuff. If you need to leave, then don't worry, we won't think bad of you. This is a new Fender series from Japan. And full disclosure, I didn't pick this as my pick. Dan picked this as my pick, and then I looked at the pick and I said, yes, I would have picked that. So all is well, all is good. It's a Japan-only Fender Limited collection of F-hole Telecaster thin-line models. And Dan and I were talking about how they were fugly. But then I had to stop Dan and I talking because I wanted to discuss it on the show. So, Dan, I think the natural-looking one is fugly, but the others I would rock. The others are wonderful. And Yazzy's back.
You'd rock those?
I'm back.
Hey.
I think I need to reconnect whenever my camera is freezing. I never had that problem before, actually. When Windows Update have been aiming at me, my camera started to freeze every now and then, even though in my live streams, but it just takes a few seconds to fix it. I hope it's stable now and it won't
All
annoy
right.
you.
If it isn't, it's purely in tradition of the show that something technical is a problem. So, don't worry about it. We have
Cool.
several traditions, and technical problems is one of them.
Is one of them, absolutely.
Yeah.
But we'll wing it each time. We'll wing it each time, and you just go through the show.
Okay.
So
going back
welcome
to
to
the
Yazzy, but we'll
guitars.
go to these Fenders.
Yeah, I mean they
the
are
F
fugly
is
with,
an F-hole.
with a Fender F, right? With that.
I don't think they're fugly. I only think the natural one is not good looking. It's too opulent. It's too trying to be gorgeous. I've got another picture here somewhere. Let's have a look.
I just can't
that one.
get over. I just can't get over the thin line F-hole shape. It looks like someone kind of photoshopped that into the guitars.
I agree. And also in playing position as it is now, it doesn't look like an F. It looks like, I don't know, looks like a man shaking his really large fist.
Oh boy, what could that be?
Like this.
Yeah.
Yazzy, what do you think? What's your first impressions of these Fenders?
I just need to watch on my phone because I don't see anything, and I just saw that my camera froze again, which is stupid. I will reconnect soon, but my opinion, well, it's something different, to be honest, with the F right there. Yeah, I don't know. It's something I wouldn't play just because of the looks, but yeah, I don't know. I never tried it out, so I'm always the kind of person that prefers sound above like appearance, so to speak.
Mhm.
But I'm more the traditional type of Fender person, I think.
Cool.
Mhm.
I think that's a good opinion. Not that you can rate opinions, but I do think that natural one is ugly. But again, Yazzy,
I mean the back is pretty pretty, right?
The back's nice because it's understated. It doesn't look too. I think it might be the gold hardware as well that just doesn't do it for me. However, that one, I'm not sure. There's like a gunmetal grey, blue. For me, there's a lot to like about that, except that the F needs to be the other way around, so rotated 90 degrees clockwise. So if you're looking at it playing, it only says F if you hang it up by its headstock.
Yeah, I see the problem.
Yeah,
I will try to reconnect once again after. When it doesn't work, I will just use the webcam.
Okay, cool beans. Yeah,
All
go
good,
for it.
all good.
No stress. So yeah,
Imagine this guitar with a regular F-hole. That would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'd like
I
to
don't
see
know.
more guitars with the first letter of their company name as a hole. So for you, you'd have like an I hole for the Ibanez, and a G hole for Gibson.
Oh boy.
And then Harley Benton, an HB hole. And for
I'm pretty sure that there's someone on Instagram that will immediately do that. Either Chipson or Sir Picklehorn.
or
They'll
Ryan,
probably do that. Yeah.
I guarantee
Ryan
Ryan at
60
60 cycle
cycle
hum
hum.
is going to rotate that F by 90 degrees and say this is what it should be. If he doesn't, then I will. It requires effort. I'm just trying to think of the Gretsch would also have a G hole. What's the most interesting, people in the chat, what's the most interesting hole letter?
Oh
that could
boy.
be? You just get a letter. Just get a letter, that's all. So, yeah. I kind of like it. So that's why it's my pick that Dan picked for me. I'm going to give you just some specs just so we can talk it through. It's... Hey, Dan, how's your yen to euro and dollar conversion skill?
Bad.
143,000.
Is that 1,000 euros?
143,000 yen.
Yeah, it should be like 1,000 euros if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Let me do the calculation. I don't want to be stupid, but roughly.
But you're getting okay. So hang on. There's one. Oh, the one that I don't like, the one that's all glorified, is more expensive, and the other ones are cheaper. Brilliant. Cool.
I guess someone in the chat has already found out the price.
Yeah,
What's
someone.
that?
We got some.
Who said it?
Clever...
1,000
Valeria.
euros.
1,097
Yeah,
euros. Thanks, V. Yeah, Valeria's on it. She's one of our moderators. I'm not surprised she got in there first. Thank you so much. So that's one of the new tellies that we can't own because it's Japan only. Unless you're listening to or watching in Japan right now. In that case, fill your boots. Okay, I've got another pick. Another pick, Dan. Let's go for it.
All right.
It is, and I'm glad that Yazzy is here for this because there is a kind of elephant in the room for this one. So it is
Okay.
this. It's the Moist Reverb from Joyo. And the word moist in English is a disgusting word to speak. And it's just not very nice to say. I've said it once, or twice. I think that's enough. I don't really want to say it anymore. It's not a rude word. It's not a dirty word. It's the sort of word you could read in a children's book. But for some reason, even the people in the chat are reacting to this. It's not a nice word. Yazzy, have you come across this word before?
Yeah, of course. I've been coming across that word before. In some unpleasant situations, also concerning YouTube.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
If we can dive into that, I'm sure. Now, I posted this on Instagram, and I want to kind of make an apology because some people thought that I was being rude, and I wasn't. I was just saying, here's a reverb that has a very unfortunate name. And I did speak to Joyo when they told me this pedal was coming out, and I said, it's not a good name, everybody. I think you should change that name. And they didn't, which I guess has resulted in quite a lot of free publicity because it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I did end up offending someone who wrote to me via email, and no offense was intended, but also, I think it's to do with perception rather than anything else. If you talk about that in terms of baking, for example, nothing wrong with a lovely moist cake, which I think is just... There we go, Crane has just mentioned that in the chat. Yeah, cake should be moist. In fact, when it's raining outside, the grass can be moist, but it's one of those words that is not exactly, pleasant.
Yeah.
So, but
if we look behind the name of the pedal itself, I think you've tried that before. Is that right?
I have it at the house. I
Oh,
have
yeah,
it at
yeah.
my Austrian house.
Yeah. In your.
And I've tried it, and very, very quick review. For the money you're going to spend on that, it's a good reverb.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the $40 it's going to cost, something like that, something silly. So yeah, but they've misnamed that. It should be something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apologies to anyone who I offended, who I might be offending right now, but it's just a word. So yeah, let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, please.
For my apology. Okay, Yazzy, we're going to play a game, Yazzy. It's called Buy, Borrow, or Burn.
Okay.
And in this game, it's like the other game. You can choose 3 options, and you have to buy one of these pieces of gear we've spoken about. You have to borrow one, and you have to burn one. So everybody gets a choice, and I try and pick Dan's, and Dan tries to pick mine. So to run quickly through the gear that we spoke about, Dan went for the Fender Jim Root Jazzmaster, which is not yet available in Paisley.
Black Paisley,
Then also for the
Ooh.
Josh Smith. What's the name of that guitar, Dan?
Flat 5-1.
Flat 5-1, which is not available to buy. And then the Hetfield camo grey Snakebite from LTD. And then with me was the F-hole Fender that's only available in Japan, and the reverb that shall not be named. So,
all right, that is actually a nice name. The reverb that shall be named.
All right, then
there
people in the chat, let me know what you want. Let's play the little video and come back in a second.
Buy, borrow, or burn.
So pointless, absolutely pointless, but it's a little bit of fun. Okay, get that reverb off the screen. Let's go to that one. There we go. So,
all right.
Yazzy, would you like to go first as our guest?
Okay, I should just name a gear I would buy, I would borrow, and I would burn, right?
Sure.
I would definitely. Okay, I would definitely buy the Jim Root Jazzmaster because I'm a huge Slipknot fan, and I always wanted to have one of his signature models, and it's also pretty neat. So for the sound and also for the shape and everything, I think that would be cool. I would definitely borrow the James Hetfield camo guitar because I'm also playing a lot of Metallica. I would burn maybe the natural Fender because actually I don't like natural finishes at all. And I mean the pedal, it's like meme worthy, so it should exist.
Yeah, I mean burning one Fender and buying the other one kind of makes it even, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I think that's one of my favorite answers ever. It was not that there's a right or a wrong answer. It was just it was well thought out and seemed to make sense. And I think last week's episode I was in true trouble trying to pick something. Dan, would you pick something for me, my friend?
Absolutely. I think you would burn the moist pedal because they didn't listen to you when it came down to naming it. But actually, there's a good point by Poo Ninja. Can you burn a moist pedal?
I tell you what, Dan, we can find out in a couple of weeks if you like.
That will make for a clickbaity video, right?
Yeah, it doesn't light. It's too moist. I'm up for setting fire to a pedal.
You have?
I'm up for setting fire to a pedal. Yeah, sure.
Oh, you're up for it. Have you ever tried that?
No, I mean, people have set fire to guitars before. I don't think they've done it to pedals.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be really, really hot because it's mostly out of metal. And it's really hard to burn metal or even melt it. But I think it could be a really worthy experience.
I'm going to do it.
Sounds like
I'll review it first. Review it first, and then I'll set fire to it. Or maybe set fire to it as part of the review. You never know. Does it burn? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to burn that one. That's
okay. You'd probably borrow the. That's a tough one. Borrowed the Ibanez. Just no. I'm leaving out the Ibanez. You would borrow the Thin Line, and you would buy the Jim Root because you like offset shapes. How's that?
It's pretty darn close. I actually think that I would have done what Yazzy did. I think I would definitely buy the Jim Root. There's no question there. I would borrow the Hetfield LTD because it's so different to what I normally play, and that I have a thing about the side of his guitar that just looks like someone accidentally forgot to cut something off. It just seems interesting. But regarding burning, I would also have to burn that Japanese natural Fender Just because I like the other ones so much, but yet Fender are pushing this natural one as the one to get. Like, no way. What are you talking about? So, but I actually do quite like natural finishes sometimes. Like on a 70s Fender, I think they're gorgeous. But to talk about sound, looking at the bridge of the Fenders, I don't think that's going to sound like I like my Telecasters to sound. But then I'd have to put the moist pedal in there somewhere. No, as you said, Yazzy, it's meme worthy, so it kind of gets a free pass. But yeah, if any other choice would be what Dan says, Dan, you were pretty close, mate. Just I have to burn that Fender because what are you doing, Fender? It's disgusting.
All right. Well,
sorry.
Now it's your turn, right?
Sorry, just Jason's commented, Andy, it's bonfire night over in the UK in a few weeks. Yeah. Oh, and Henning's here. Hello, Henning. What Fender? I missed everything. I'm so out of the loop. Yes, you are. Yeah. Stop playing real music and doing live gigs and stuff and actually using gear and get back on YouTube. Terrible. Henning did a gig. I'm sure it was great. Okay, so Dan, may I choose your picks?
Yeah, please do so.
Right, you buy the moist, you borrow the moist, and you burn the moist. I just wanted to say moist again, just to get the way. I think
you wanted to say moist 3 times, right?
I'm getting into it.
Nice.
I think you'd borrow the Josh Smith because you're intrigued, and it's a one-off. I think you would. I think you might buy the Jim Root. And I think you would burn the reverb pedal that shall not be named.
Nope. Very close, but not quite. I buy the Jim Root because I'm absolutely digging the looks. I tried the Josh Smith because he sounds great and it looks great. And I'm really digging the black headstock. And I would burn the Fender because I can't stand that F hole. It just looks wrong. It looks photoshopped. It looks like no.
So basically we've all had the same choice. That's never happened before.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Which leads us to the conclusion: Fender. If you haven't even thought about like mass producing that Jim Root Black Paisley, do so.
Yeah, it's a one-off, Yazzy. It's not a production model, so it should be. And if they can keep it under 1,500, should we say? I think that's a good price with the MGs and James's name on it. Yeah, I think it's good. What do you think in the we got Fender Go Home You're Drunk from Valeria. Henning's just typing the word moist over and over again. Which should be predictable. David says, buy the Paisley Jazzmaster, borrow the F-hole, and burn the moist.
Moist Isley. That would also be a nice name.
Moist Isley. Nice. Hang on, we got this. Did anyone else make any picks? I've missed. Oh, Michael, borrow the Paisley, burn the F-hole, buy the offending moist reverb. Oh, okay. It does sound well. You have to wait till my video review, but so far for the $40 it's going to cost you. Yeah. Poo Ninja is writing words that I'm not going to read out. I'm going to choose one more, and then we can talk to our good friend Yazzy. Blah blah blah. Has anyone else made any picks?
Not really.
No, I was
a little bit lazy, guys. This week.
Yeah, I was expecting some more input from you guys. What's going on?
Oh,
let's have some controversy.
Actually, I think the YouTube stream just crashed. Are we still running?
Yeah, you're still running. I just am checking. It's still running.
Yeah, we're running.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's the only chance I can even see what's going on to watch the stream.
Oh, hang on. Valeria says they did. Go back. Oh, sorry, guys. Here I am. It was just me not paying attention. There's the comment about perfume at the airport. I remember that one. Roast dinners. My mum calling Henning the bald one. Yeah. We've covered a lot in this podcast so far. RG with single coils, blah blah blah, blah camo. Okay, so we're getting into Dan's. Here we go. This is great podcast content. This is welcome to the show, Yazzy. This is #1 guitar podcast in the world. Potential. Right. Okay, we're getting there. I've got to find it now. It's a matter of pride now. Or if anyone else wants to retype it and Dan can read it out.
Yeah, Fergie just wrote, "Burn the paisley, borrow the hat, and buy the moist." That's interesting.
No.
Oh, no. Well, it's
Wow.
wrong. It's wrong, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fergie. No, I understand that. Okay. Oh, there's Sarang. Okay. Buy Josh Smith's AZ or even the Gold Top AR. Borrow Jim Root's Paisley JM and burn the F-Hull Fender. A lot of burning of Fenders today. And I'm fine with that.
It's actually also not an AR. That's a signature model for Coy Bowles. That was a US exclusive one. The kind of golden double cut that you saw on the screen as well, that Josh posted. It's Coy Bowles. He's a guitar player in the Zac Brown band. So it's a rather limited production signature guitar for the US market.
Oh, why is that going to be limited? I hate limited guitars because they're always the ones that are, quite desirable.
I don't know.
Alexis,
I really liked it.
Paisley, burn the Ibanez. Oh, Alexis wants to burn the Ibanez. He loves AZs, but no matching headstocks. At least we're bringing some fairness to the conversation. Well, I enjoyed that. I've never had an experience where we have you, Dan, and the guest as well, also having the same pick. That's unheard of in Guitar Stories podcast history.
Absolutely. Well, pretty fitting for the 50th episode, right? That after 50 episodes, we finally can agree on the same instruments.
Yeah. So, Yazzy, you've joined us on the monumentous 50th episode.
I feel honored.
Yeah. You should be. We're honored. We're very honored. So let's give you a proper introduction because you get a little video as well to welcome you to the show.
Aw.
Officially, Yazzy, welcome to the show.
Hi there. Thank you
Hello.
for the invite.
Dan, you know Yazzy more than I do, so would you kindly introduce our guest, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So Yazzy is a renowned YouTuber, a woman who started as a teenage girl to play metal music on YouTube, and from there it has just grown into that big community. I think Yazzy is twitching. She's uploading videos on a regular basis. She's also a teacher, so she does the whole thing as a spare time activity at the moment. She's got a great band called Oversense. They just released a new album. We'll probably talk a little bit about that. And so it kind of feels like she's very close to my heart because I kind of followed her way from being the bedroom player to entering the big stages and being on screen, and it's super cool. Yeah, so I'm glad to have you here, and welcome, Yazzy. Good to have
Thank you for these flattering words. Yeah, I just remember that you actually has seen my Eskimo Cowboy video as first thing ever, which was back in 2015, I believe. So this is a bunch of time.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hi, everyone in the chat. Nice to meet you.
Lots of Yazzy and Oversense love in the chat. If I may, I'm not a newcomer to you, Yazzy. It's just I've joined as a viewer and listener some of your live streams and really enjoyed your playing where you play. I think is it Monday you do this?
Mondays and Fridays. I also did a Wednesday stream, but now I don't have the time anymore.
No. But yeah, I've joined them, and what I do is I put your stream on when I'm editing video or doing something that I don't want to do, and I quite thankfully get distracted by you and your playing and your audience. Yeah, and I've known of you for quite a while. I think you seem to be very many places in the guitar world online, and I don't know when you started. When did you start doing what you do?
I had my 10-year jubilee exactly 1 month ago.
Yes. That's insane. In 10 years in internet terms is like 100 years in real life.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
like Gandalf age.
yeah.
Hey, don't support the idea I should act in the new Hobbit movie because I'm not even much taller than a regular Hobbit.
We need to know
Dan knows.
how tall are you? How tall are you, Yazzy?
Hmm?
How tall are you in Hobbit? Are you like 1.2
How
hobbits
tall?
or
No, I'm 158 centimeters tall. I don't know how much feet this is because I never ever have exchanged the systems metric to whatever system.
I'm sure Valeria will let us know. She seems to be our conversion genius in the chat, but someone let us know. But yeah, that's quite hobbity, if I may say so.
Thank you. Let's support
Minus-
my cameo in the next Hobbit movie then.
Yeah.
It's great promo.
Minus the hairy feet, right?
Oh, you don't know. Have you seen my feet?
Maybe tequila sunrise colored.
Maybe.
Actually, funnily enough, I just like last night I watched The Hobbit, like I think the third movie of the trilogy. So that's quite a funny coincidence, yeah. But anyways, so apart from kind of applying for the next Hobbit cast or anything in that regard, like, can you explain us a little bit how the whole kind of channel went from doing that as a hobby to kind of do it as a, you know, like a almost like a main profession? Like, how did it go? When did you kind of figure out, oh wow, I've got something here? When was that kind of break even point?
You mean that I finally decided I take it more seriously?
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
actually back in 2018, but it was a really, really bad timing as I graduated and was in teacher preparation time. I don't know if there is a specific term in English. It's called Referendariat, a really horror word in German. And it was really badly timed because it really has worn me out. So when I was done with that, so my second graduation, which was in January 2020, I finally decided I want to do music. I really want to be self employed. It's something I really need to do. I've always been the creative type of person. And when I did graduate, I was pushing my channel so hard with 3 videos a week. I started the live streams and such. And it wasn't until 2020 even. So after 9 years of my YouTube channel, I started to make it kind of my main thing, so to speak, because before I never had the focus. Because every time I was like, I need to have a safe job. If something happens to me, if I would lose an arm because of a stupid accident, which can happen, I need to have something so that I'm not starving when I'm old, so to speak. And it wasn't until last year that I decided this is the breaking point. I really want to focus on the channel, on the community to like grow and be more creative on it. Because even as a child, when I was doing homework, I also was like drawing pictures in the meantime. So I always was distracted by my art, but even focused on my work. So I really have to express myself somehow. So this was the inner struggle I always had.
Was that also the starting point why you kind of decided to release those videos, or was that a different drive behind that?
This was like I explained in my 10-year video. Actually, it was a
Yeah.
joke. Like, I did a lot of things back in the days. Like I said, I've been writing a lot of poetical stuff. I have drawing a lot of stuff, and when I started playing guitar, it was like a movement from me listening to techno to me listening to metal, as the guitar introduced me to more like suitable styles, so to speak, without like being laughed about music taste. And it was me who wanted to do a Scooter song as a metal version. I thought it would be fun. And so I just did that video, and it was fun to create it. And I think this kept me moving because recording my guitar, creating something out of my own hands was something very special to me. And so this channel just started. I mean, after Scooter, I did my System of a Down covers, and many of them
Uh-huh.
have been used by people to sing along. A lot of these covers got deleted already, but I found out that on Smule, this karaoke app in the US, someone illegally uploaded all my instrumentals, and they
All
are
right.
used pretty often. So, yeah, this is how it started. It was a joke. I just did something out of a Scooter song, and then it was so much fun that I just tried to experiment with videos, and so it came to life.
That's cool.
I have quite a few questions. Um, I had the questions and I lost attention. So Dan, please carry on because I've got to remember what I was going to ask. It's very embarrassing. I take 2 days off, go to a different country, and I can't do my job anymore. I know what it was. Sorry, I was just going to agree with the creativity thing because this show right now is quite surreal for me because I'm sat in the very room in which I should have been doing my schoolwork and homework and things like that. I actually sat over on that bed, leaning against the wall, unplugged, learning guitar, making the decision unconsciously to not do homework and pursue a music career.
Uh-huh.
And I also had the thought about like what happens if I lose an arm, you know, or actually if it's lose a finger rather than arm. I wasn't so dramatic as to do the whole arm. So the question I wanted to ask and then forgot was, what ways do you think you would possibly lose an arm? Like lightsaber or
Well, I'm driving a lot of car when I'm doing my band rehearsals and when I'm driving to work, and there are so many insane people that are taking over my car or that are like just driving in front of me because the light was red and they didn't care. So I mean, an accident can always happen, and I mean, car accidents are supposedly very intense.
Yeah.
I've had a couple. Yeah, they're pretty bad. Still got both
A
arms.
couple. Wow, a couple.
Yeah, a couple. I mean, that's the average, isn't it? No? Okay.
No.
I'll just go into something that I'm not going to explain, but I almost got decapitated once. There we go.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. We have a question from Poo Ninja. What is your favorite thing to do to recharge your creative energies? Good question.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Sleep is so important. And I got to tell, when I'm rested, I'm the most creative. There are days where I just worked and worked and worked, and then I want to record maybe a solo for my band, and I just don't feel anything. I just don't have anything in my mind because I'm not rested. So, as stupid as it sounds, I really like to sleep because I don't get much of it.
That's interesting. Before we go any further, one of the moderators, could you please put the link to Yazzy's channel in the chat so that people
Thank
can
you.
check it out? Because people have just realised that you are JJ's one girl band. Now, oh, it's you. 275,000 subscribers. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So basically, yes, you are you. You are here.
Yeah, I think I'm looking different with my glasses on.
That's the teacher look, right? You're giving us.
Yeah.
And
That's
Andrew,
my
Daniel.
No. So teacher, that's your day job, right?
Yeah, I'm teaching math and physics at a German gymnasium. I don't know if it would be a high school. Like
High school,
I teach, yeah, children from 10 to 18, 19, depending how old they are when they graduate.
That's got to be one of the most difficult jobs in the world. It must be.
Yeah.
You must love it. You must love it. Otherwise, there's no way you could do it. Surely.
Actually, it's kind of a hate-love tragedy, if I want to describe it music-wise. Like, yeah, I hated it, especially during the lockdown where we had to do everything digitally and there were so many restrictions. It was ridiculous, with a big exclamation mark. And I've been working a lot more than I was supposed to, and still I felt like I'm not reaching everything I should. I mean, I did everything I could with like streaming my lessons, with doing everything online, and because I'm used to streaming and such. But there were days where I really didn't have more than 4 hours of sleep or something, and I still had this channel going. I still had my band. And I really wanted to like just sleep.
Mm.
It was torture. But on the other hand, if there are kids and they are like enjoying what you are teaching them, and also everyone raises their hand when you ask a question, and one pupil says, You ever have seen such an active class? It's like really cute. Like, what the hell is happening? It's math, and all of you are raising your hands. What is going on with you guys?"
Mhm. And not to forget, you did some great tutorial videos as well for your students, right?
Yeah, I did. Because I was so over motivated the first weeks, I recorded some explanatory videos for me and my colleagues. They were pretty good received, but at the end, I experienced that it's way too much work. Like,
Mm.
I'm doing so much extra, and it's not going to be rewarded. And the pupils even enjoy the streams I'm doing, and it's more direct exchange. So it was of self protection that I didn't do
Mm.
them anymore. But if you are interested in math and want to learn German, you're kindly invited to check these out, of course.
It sounds like one person's heaven and one person's hell. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm tempted, but it depends what kind of mood I'm in. Uh, so we kind of we named this episode about building a following, and it seems that you've been around for quite a while, and you must have experienced lots of changes with social media, lots of changes with YouTube, lots of changes with the internet generally. Would you sort of, I mean, we talked about when you started to take it seriously, but would you describe a little bit about how it is to be someone that has a following this big, and as a musician and creative as well?
Actually, it puts me under a lot of pressure because I feel like I've built up the community. There are so many people supporting me also on the live streams, and I feel like I'm obliged to deliver content because I'm also on Patreon and doing stuff. And it's also some kind of like these people helped me to get where I am now. I mean, when I was a bedroom guitar player 10 years ago, I would never have dreamt of to be officially an Ibanez artist. I mean, this was the first real guitar I ever got from my parents, a Gio model. And now, 10 years later, I'm like officially a member of that brand. And it was like I am so grateful for that community, because without them watching my videos, enjoying the stuff, giving feedback, I won't even be here and noticed by others. And also, I wouldn't have my band, because without YouTube, I wouldn't even have the opportunity to join a band. As but this is another subject, to be honest. I just feel like the content I create is sometimes not necessarily something I enjoy the most, but I know that the people that are watching my channel love it. For
Mm.
example, it's also the problem with time. I do a lot of riff lists, people enjoy them, but I also would love to do more covers of bands I love, but I know that these kind of things are out. So I always have my book here. I can show you.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
really nice, girly, kawaii bullet
Ah,
journal.
kawaii.
Guilty pleasure. And I'm writing down like every ideas I have. And sometimes the weeks are full, sometimes they aren't. And there are like my notes, what I plan and such. So I am very organized, and I really have some kind of an enterprise right now. I'm doing live streams, I'm doing videos, I'm there on Twitch, and it kind of emerged to something. So
Mhm.
doing everything I can to have a positive community and to answer the questions and to tell them, hey, I'm not like a product. I'm not someone casted here. I'm a real person. And I invite you to be part of my creative process and everything.
Mhm. But this must have been like a steep learning curve because you know that's you sound like very professional how you deal with your fan base, and you've got a very loyal fan base, plenty of people that watch every single show. But I think this must have been like a process where you kind of started from being, let's say, the naive YouTuber that kind of wanted to do the best and maybe wanted to reply to every single comment, and maybe get to a point where you maybe even get to feel some of the toxicity in on YouTube, and some negative feedback, and maybe even experience some trolls, to kind of become a very a YouTuber with a lot of self-esteem and a very professional approach on how to deal and how to moderate your fan base. Like, could you elaborate a little bit on how that learning curve was for you, and what stages you went through?
Yeah, I totally went through the stage about every like answering every comment, answering every message on Facebook, and it ended up that me chatting for an hour with random people, then for 2 hours and such, because it felt really special that strangers would enjoy my content, and they weren't
Hmm.
creepy at all. They were really normal people. Like, they wanted to exchange about music. They didn't ask for any nasty pictures. They were like just interested in my channel, which was pretty great.
Hmm.
And I just noticed then, okay, I invest too much time into that. So I've cut down the personal conversations a bit more and just answer to the YouTube comments. And even up until maybe March this year, I managed to reply to nearly every new comment on my channel. I did
Wow.
this
Okay.
until this year. And this was also something people were really like surprised about. I almost got so many answers. Wow, a YouTuber with over 100K subs answering, but it's just something I still do because it's something that I also appreciate people liking my content, and like I know that they are also a part of the responsibility that I am where I am. But I also told you that the other stage was also replying to these troll comments, because once I have released the Master of Puppets guitar cover of Metallica,
Hmm.
the hate started because a girl was playing Metallica not 100% perfectly. And so people called me a bitch, they called me a whore, a slut, so the normal things you know get as a girl. And it's
Normal,
actually
which is
moved
Normal,
sad.
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
That's awful, yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Uh,
normal. I mean, we are on YouTube, and this is the first word people can use to offend a girl. I mean,
mm,
come on. And yeah, I just remember receiving the first hate comment. I was together with a good friend of mine. We were just getting home from a band rehearsal, and we're just about to enter the underground, where I just have read the first stupid bitch comment like that. And I was really intrigued by that. I was so shocked why someone would insult me like that. And I searched for mistakes about my own personality, my own person, because when you never have received a hate comment, you start to think what is wrong with you instead of thinking what is wrong with this person typing it. And so after this video got a little bit more viral, these comments got more and more, and they were like really made me fed up. And I didn't have any motivation to play guitar anymore, since they were consuming me a lot, I have to admit. But I think this stage is like obligatory when you are starting out, that you are doubting yourself, that you need to figure out how to deal with hate comments. And I also did a small video about that, like create not hate, reading out some of the
mhm,
comments, fun about them. But I have to admit, it was until maybe I got to my band that I still had 2 or 3 years a really bad time dealing with these comments. I still am angry when I get them, but
mhm,
I don't invest so much time anymore to wonder about myself, to wonder about my videos, and to wonder about the person, and maybe even giving answers. There are some opportunities where I try to understand why these people have written that, so I reply to some of these comments. But most cases, it doesn't lead anywhere, instead of just a ban and such.
mm,
So it took me maybe 2 years to accept that people are stupid, and that I cannot do anything about it, and that people will hate on me even if I don't do anything wrong. They are just there to hate you because they are jealous about everything you accomplish. You don't deserve it because they are so much better than you are and all this stuff. And this was maybe the hardest stage to take, to accept that. And it's still hard for me. But with all the videos getting so much attention, Siri, I didn't ask you. I figured out that I cannot reply to everyone, and I really
Uh-huh.
want to also have still like a connection to my fans. So I'm with Patreon. It might maybe seem a bit odd to other people to pay a creator for their page for creating something to be able to create something, but I have a Patreon launch where I talk to my patrons every day. We exchange each other every day, like a small talk. There are big conversations, and this is like my main kind of connection to my fans that really
Mhm.
support me and where I know there aren't any creeps. So I
Mm.
still have this like really like close relation to the people who are enjoying my videos, but much more focused to those who kind of contribute a lot with feedback, with moderation. And so this community is also growing. So I structured the importance of some fan interaction, so to speak. And I still reply to comments, but it's like a level system I have in my head. So the most important thing are my patrons. Then there is my email where I just see if there are some people that really take the time to write something really nice to me. Then I have the YouTube comments and maybe Facebook and Instagram messages that I check occasionally because it's simply too much. Then I have the haters that sometimes get a kick from me or not. And yeah, that's the thing how I structured it in my head, what is most important. And this is how I also reply to people.
I'm just going to echo some of the stuff that was said in the chat. It sounds like you're a very strong person who has gained this strength through the experience of these trolls and this hate, and focusing on the positive rather than the negative seems to be the key to that. So a question for you, for anyone listening to this, or for like thinking as a father, as having a daughter, what would you recommend for anyone who's currently in the stage, female, male, anything, of going through that? I went through it as well, and I still go through it sometimes, where you're pushing against more negativity than positivity. And what would you say is the way to win at this?
I mean, if you are feeling attacked by hate, I did feel attacked a lot because people were making fun of my body, me being fat, me being a walrus and something. It made me feel like, okay, I'm insecure. Why am I insecure? And I just thought, okay, I'm not content with me. And when I'm not content with me, of course, it's easy to attack me. So what I did and gaining more confidence this year was I was losing weight simply not because people told me to, but because I feel I am getting attacked because I am not satisfied with myself. So I always ask myself, why do I feel attacked by these comments? Is it just because it's a personal thing? No. Is it because I'm not content with my lighting, anything? And then I just change it. And I just feel like a lot more confident right now. I just don't have to fix my camera angle 10 times because anyone could think I'm fat. And I think like this was my personal hurdle to like take, that I have to accept, okay, I'm not content with myself. This is why I feel attacked. This is why I feel bad about it. And this is what I need to change.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay.
So
So you think like if you're personally, if you're in a personal life, if you're in balance, you're kind of less prone to
Yeah,
be too receptive to that kind of
definitely.
negativity and those bad comments.
Definitely. Because when you
Yeah.
feel attacked, it's mostly because you aren't content.
Huh. Okay. So love yourself, then you're not open to others hate you.
Yes.
That's
Actually, it
a good.
helped for me. Now, if anyone says I'm looking fat, I'm like, bitch, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, please in that in that tone.
I'm going to read every one of your replies in that tone now. I'm going to go through your channel and find that voice. That's awesome. Do you think that like being a teacher and dealing with people who must be going with body issues and personal issues at those ages, is that something that you can cross over with the YouTube and the musician thing?
You mean that I can actually help because of my experience?
Yeah.
Uh, the thing is that I have a different mindset than today's pupils. I always try to tell them, to encourage them that they aren't models and that they won't look like people on Instagram. The best example was the photo shooting we had of every pupil uh, 2 weeks ago. And then people were like, "Oh, I'm so fat. Look at my legs. I'm hot." I'm like, "That's how you look like when you don't have an Instagram filter." And then they were like, "Do you mean we're looking ugly?" I'm not. No, I'm just saying everyone looks like that. I mean, just be not that stupid to believe. I didn't say stupid, but the message was, don't be so stupid to believe that you will always look like that. So, like, if you're just posting a selfie from up here, it won't be the same position as you will be photographed like that. And they have such a wrong perception that I try also to locate when girls are not eating properly. So I'm really listening carefully when they are like talking about food and what they eat, so that I can also say, stop, what you're doing is unhealthy. And it's like a big concern for me that they don't destroy their body for ideals they will never reach. I mean,
Yeah.
it's something I find quite positive about all the fitness models, and this is also something I refer to. They say posture one, posture two, these aren't 2 years, these are 2 minutes, where they are like posed and unposed. And this is something that is so important to always tell pupils, that reality sometimes isn't real if you just don't believe that people are just like you. And they feel ugly if they don't have their hair combed. They feel ugly when this, when that. And
Mm.
it's so important to share that everyone is beautiful, and actually you shouldn't hide it.
That's great. Thank you.
Excellent point. Yeah.
To take that to a musician thing, this is why I really respect you for doing your live streams, because there is, as you're saying, there's nothing hidden. It's all live. You're playing to your track or something, and what you're playing is what the person is seeing, the viewer is seeing and hearing. And as a guitar playing YouTuber, I often take quite a few takes to get something that I'm comfortable with. But I never feel freer than when I'm playing on a live stream or at a live show, for example. So I think I often worry too much about the stuff that's recorded, because it's recorded and set in stone. But when it's live, even though it is still recorded, I tend to play more naturally and play. I feel freer. I mean, if it may not sound any different or better or worse in someone's eyes, I feel better when I'm playing live. And having watched your streams, I think it cuts through all the bullshit of people editing their lives and just living.
Mhm.
Yeah, as this is also something very important. I also like testing out stuff. Like I did blindfolded challenges because why not? People always tell like, "Can you play blindfolded?" I mean, I'm so good. Blah, blah, blah. It's also like it's a thing to experiment, and it's also like, I have to admit, not so much work. If you're live streaming, you play music, you don't have to edit anything to make it look perfect, and people enjoy it. Of course, you
Mhm.
see mistakes and such, but it's something natural, and also telling people that it's okay. I mean, even on a
Yeah.
live show, I have seen Avenged Sevenfold live, and also Sinister Gates did play some mistakes. But he isn't on the internet. There won't be a troll jumping on stage, hitting him with his fist and telling him, "Hey, you suck, you didn't play the note correctly." And
Mm.
this is always
That's
something
a
very
very,
important.
very nice example. Metallica just recently, for the release of the Black Album, I think they played "Nothing Else Matters" at Jimmy Kimmel, if I'm not mistaken, or like or a different song, but like a song they've played 1,000 times. And even then, they made mistakes while playing that, because especially the electric guitar is such a kind of bitchy instrument when it comes to kind of being very steady when you play. You know, notes, it's always very subtle differences, and you can easily make mistakes that are highly, not visible, but people can hear them. And yeah, so I don't really see a point of perfection, because sometimes the live version is much better and much more energetic and much more true to the original vibe than any studio recording. And yeah, those blindfold challenges, I like them a lot, because they really show how you, yeah, how you breathe the song, that you kind of really can play everything from top to bottom. And even if I would, would ringing the bell at your door at 4 o'clock and say play Master of Puppets, you could just grab a guitar and do it, and that's kind of pretty cool to see. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also something that gives you a lot of like joy and confidence, that you
Yeah.
sometimes you don't expect yourself to be able to do that. Like yesterday I did no yeah, stop yesterday. I did The Day That Never Comes, and also with all the jumping of positions, I ended up at the hardest part of the solo at the right spot. And these are like the things that make you so happy. And
Yeah.
people are always like, your facial expressions when doing blindfolded are so priceless, because they are also
Yeah.
natural. I don't see myself on the screen, and I'm just having fun. And this is like even much more cooler when doing blindfolded. So really cool you also like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so much coming back to the community. I think there's also a lot of interaction with the community. The other day, if I'm not mistaken, a fan sent you one of his LTD guitars to play.
Yeah. It was Ferry. He also was a very like crazy dude, as he has driven 600 kilometers all the way from the Netherlands to see our only headliner show this year back in
Wow.
August or July. July, I think.
Uh-huh.
And so he also saw that I did that for my moderator, Milbrook. He's also sent a guitar to me to get it signed and to get a cover plate on it, because he's also a longtime patron. He thought it would be cool. And so, yeah, I just offered him, you can do this too. He sent the guitar to me. I play it, also recording a video, signing it. And this is also like a unique thing I offer to my fans. I
Hmm.
mean, I also would be really happy if, for example, who would I choose? There are so many guitar heroes I have, but let's just say that Sinister Gates is, for example, playing my guitar, or Mick Thompson or Jim Root. I would totally freak out. And if there are people that are already like happy when I play them, I feel like really flattered and honored. I mean,
Hmm.
it's crazy. And so I
Yeah,
did this
yeah.
unboxing video, and I think Fairy liked it a lot. But there also have been people being really negative about it, and also say this video was scripted, it's fake. Ugh.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah, yeah.
course. I invented that fan. I invented everything about him. He isn't existing. And he also was then commenting in the Discord launch, these people are denying my existence. I don't even exist. And I'm like, yeah. That was kind of funny.
Uh, can we talk, since it's a Guitar Stories podcast, can we talk guitars a little bit? Not
Of course.
necessarily to only mention my favorite brand, but also to kind of go through what phases you had as a guitar player. Like, what was your first guitar, Yazzy?
My first guitar was a no-name Quintus Fat Strat. It was a rip-off of a Fender Stratocaster, which HSH? No, I'm not sure anymore. I think I had two humbuckers, but I need to check at this point. I haven't touched that guitar for many years. It was a really decent guitar. I could do barely anything with it I wanted. Just the
Hmm.
nut broke at some point, and I was like, okay. At some point, I felt like this guitar isn't doing what I want to do. Like, I feel like I need something that has more potential. And I was like, also in the phase, a better guitar makes a better player. So,
Which is still
it's,
true. Just for the record, it's
it's
still
still
true.
100%
If
true.
you
true.
buy
It's
better
still true.
guitars, you play better.
Because then my parents saw that I stick to guitar for more than 2 weeks, and they bought me my
Okay.
first Ibanez, the black and red one, and
Mm.
it had a different gain. The whole handling and the whole performance got a lot better. So the guitar definitely can push your potential. And so I was a lot more motivated with this guitar, also because it was looking awesome.
Hmm.
And I could finally play the songs in the sound I wanted them. And this was pretty great. And so I kept with this guitar for a very, very, very long time, until I was fortunate to have a boyfriend whose father is also a guitar player, and he owns a real PRS and a real Gibson Les Paul. And so I was also honored to be able to play these two guitars. And I could tell you, yes, a more expensive guitar sounds better. And my goal was then to keep pushing to get better, to deserve some kind of that guitar. And so I was saving up a lot of money because I was really into a PRS SE back then, a blue one,
Hmm.
because of also the shorter scale. And I really liked it. And so I have saved money for years to get it. It was 750 euros, and it was so much money to me. And I felt I needed to invest it. And it was, in the end, the best investment I could do, because I've recorded so many covers with it that they got popular and something like that. And it kind of also was a guitar I really liked, but still, it wasn't like the guitar I felt home with. And so I kept searching for the instrument that would be mine, so to speak, if you know what I mean. Um, I got the opportunity of a small endorsement, but I don't want to waste too many words on that. So I kept searching until I ended up again with the first guitar I ever had, with Ibanez. So you remember maybe our meeting in 2018, where I have been testing out the 7 string, and you just approached me and asked me how I liked it and such. And yeah, so I was also testing a lot of Ibanez models, the Jam and such. They all are like nearly perfect, until I finally found the guitar that was perfect, which was my Ibanez A set. And this again was a joke. Like, everything I do is a joke, basically. My first video was a joke, and also this Ibanez A set was a joke, since I was choosing it because it has the same color as my hair, and I think it would be like just a cool gimmick. And then it turned out to
Hmm.
have a really comfortable fretboard, a very versatile sound, as Daniel also has explained to me that A set means this guitar is can play something from A to Z. And so it has a really big all-round sound, which is also suiting my band. This is the perfect guitar, period.
See, Andrew, I was doing my job properly.
Hang on, Daniel. Yazzy, we have a tradition here that when Dan mentions the I word, I have to play this sound effect. You got them in there quite a few times, but I mean, how much more natural can an endorsement be? That truly is an endorsement of a product, because you must have played lots and lots of guitars, and you ended up at the one that delivered what you needed. And it sounds like
And
you need quite a versatile
it fits
instrument.
visually. Don't forget about
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's like,
serendipity,
as if it's
everybody.
designed
but
for
I'm
her,
getting,
right?
but I'm cheating it right now. I'm cheating my own guitar with the
No.
Cypher. I love this.
Oh yeah.
I really love the Cyphers. It's mean.
I still haven't played enough on it, but Dan, if you could somehow release a curly Afro style guitar, that would be very cool. I'd happily play one every now and again.
Actually, I think the monkey pod top on some of the Tom Quayle models, they come quite close to actually Chewbacca fur. So I think that's as close as we can get with that.
Are you saying that I bear resemblance to a Wookiee?
Maybe?
Not really.
No, I'm not feeling very Wookiee. Valeria has been asking if you have the ALF, the ELF. I can put you. Hang on. I can
There.
put you.
Oh, you can just put me on
There we go.
screen, black screen, and then I will just be back.
Yeah.
Am I gone? Oh no.
No, you're on full screen right now.
Oh, but I
I can
don't
take you.
want to.
Hang on, I'll take you away. And there's Dan. We'll look at Dan for a moment, who's showing off that
Okay.
green. I don't know what that is, Dan. I'm assuming some kind of Ibanez.
Yeah, that's Alf. Axiom label.
Okay.
RG631 Alf. That's one of the guitars from this year's lineup that Yazzy really dug, and yeah, she's playing that on a regular basis, and especially with the flip flop finish.
So
That's
I'm
pretty
back
cool.
again.
Okay, she's back out. There you are. You are full screen, Yazzy. Ah, you've got one as well.
Yes, of course. I love this guitar. It's a really punchy guitar with these active Fishman pickups, and I also really like the color changing thingy. I always wanted to have an Ibanez with active pickups and being so fancy, so this is kind of really perfect. And to show you the guitar I've been talking about, I also grabbed it.
Hiding my cats. Ah, there
Is
it
Yazzy
is.
still there?
Yazzy's
I
here.
can't hear her.
Yeah, I can. Well, you
Because
can't
I
hear
was
it, Dan.
grabbing a guitar. I was
Oh,
grabbing
there
a
you go.
guitar. So this is my guitar. This is like my guitar to emphasize it.
Excellent.
AZ242F Premium
I
Tequila
love it.
Sunrise gradation.
Yeah. Well, I don't have an Elf guitar. I do have a guitar near me, but it's got no strings on it. So that's a project for this week.
Hey, did Yazzy? You're quite younger than the two of us. Did you watch Alf, by the way? A little bit of digressing, but
I know Alf, yeah, but I don't remember too much, to be honest. I'm indeed too young.
Okay.
Dang.
I loved Alf.
Me too. In
I had
fact,
this
I
little
have an
cassettes
Elf here. Oh man, he's in the attic. One of my favorite soft toy, my Kuscheltier,
Oh,
was an Elf, and he's here, but not actually. And my mum had him. She washed him. He must be
oh wow.
Elf. Daddy's home. No, he's not here. But he's here somewhere. I need to get my mum back on the show to find out where my soft toys are. Hang on, I'm going to go to the next room. You two talk for a minute. I think it might be. I think it might be in the next room. Hold on. Back in a
Oh,
second.
wow, that's so exciting. Alf
Okay.
was one of my favorite TV shows. I still remember very vividly there was one episode when he was held accountable for inducing so many costs for the family, and he was trying to convince Kate of getting a temporary job, and he making her suggestions and always referring to, okay, you can also call 555 temporary job. That was like, yeah, old
I
memories.
just
but I loved
remember
it.
that Alf was eating cats, and I didn't like that idea.
No. Well, I think it was more like he never did. I think at the end he actually never did, and actually liked cats too. I think there's even one episode where he's not eating the cats; he's petting them. So I think it was
What?
more like a metaphorical statement,
Okay, so I was always
Yeah.
lied about Alf, apparently.
Oh, no, he did. I mean, I think on Melmac the story goes that on Melmac they would be eating cats, but he adapted to what was going on planet Earth, and I think the Tanner family would have been very sad if he started eating cats. So yeah. So basically, I was actually freaking out when I saw the SKU number of this guitar because it said Alf, and that kind of took me back to my child days, and
Yeah, it's actually also really nice to me because I always was a fan of Alfred J. Kwok, the duck.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so it was for me a shortcut for Alfred.
All right, okay. It's much easier to remember. Oh, there he is, Andrew. Did you find what you were looking for?
He's been put in the shed, in the garden shed.
Oh,
Oh my
who
god.
would do that?
Well, you met her earlier. Yeah,
I
that
think
lady.
you have to have a word with Judy.
We thought my mum was a nice lady. Turns out she's a shed banner exile, alien exile. Okay, so we won't be meeting Elf today, but I will be taking Elf home with me to Austria.
Oh wow!
Whew,
So next week we're going to see Alf.
Yes, for certain. Well, let's see if we've got any more comments for. I'm assuming you talked about amazing stuff, not just Elf and eating cats whilst I was away.
Actually, we did exactly that. But while you browse through the comments, maybe Yazzy can also give us a little bit of a rundown about the current and upcoming projects, because she's playing in the band called Oversense. I think there's a lot going on at the moment.
Yeah, we just have released our second album on September 17th, and it's called Egomania. We also have a fancy deluxe box, and there's also funny story behind it. We have hand folded these boxes by ourselves, and these are two parts. Like we have a top and a bottom, and these are like hand folded boxes by the band members. Where do you get this service? I guess nowhere. And yeah, we have been working a lot to also do something fancy for our fans, since they have been also asking about fancy stuff, so to speak. So if you want to see the album, that's basically the artwork. We see a woman, a rich woman with her champagne sitting on a small piece of wood, and then behind her everything is burning because it's like the apocalypse happening, and she doesn't care because she has her fancy outfit, her makeup and everything. So basically it's a small how is it called, satire,
Parody.
like we
Parody.
parody, thank you, parody. I'm getting tired of our world. So we also get a fancy postcard here, a sticker with a heart that is intoxicated by everything, a fancy autograph card. There's me on this card. I never believed I would be part of like an album someday. And
Wow.
also a really nice, funny poster. I will explain to you why. It's looking like that. And there is beneath the earth a lighting. It looks like a heart, but actually this is complete coincidence. Our photographer was just taking a picture, and this is a light enlightening all the fog in there, so the heart wasn't photoshopped, and it's
Oh
not
wow.
supposed to be there, but it's like a
Yeah.
fun gimmick.
Mm.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we've been working on that album for 3 years, and it's also something very special to me, since it's the first official record where I am part of and where I have written the lead parts and also recorded them.
Mhm.
So it's also something really unbelievable for me. Like we already had it, I was a bedroom player, and now we're releasing a fancy album with a band, and this is really, really nice. So yeah, something very special. And we also have some live shows coming up in October, 16th of October. We are in my hometown, Darmstadt, in Goldene Krone. And on October 23rd, we are at Oberhausen together with Jaded Heart. So we are playing music again, also maybe gathering new ideas. And we have been really busy with this release, since we've been sharing it everywhere. I also did a playthrough of the first track and such, and yeah, we are now receiving feedback, which is plain incredible, except for maybe two people that were a bit nasty, but whatever. You cannot please anyone. And we are so happy with all the responses and the feedback we got. And Dan, have you already listened to it?
I listened to your, not to the album because I didn't receive one, and I don't live in
Oh,
Chile. But I know all the videos apparently, and yeah, I like it a lot. And actually, I think we chat about that last night too. I'm totally digging the looks too, because you've got that kind of
yeah,
holistic approach to how you see the band, and you know how you want them to appear to the audience. And yeah, actually, I think Andy, you and me, we should kind of do some sort of restyling for an episode at some point. That would be funny.
maybe.
Some
It's a good
what?
idea.
Some
Some sort
freestyling.
of like restyling, kind of, you know.
Ah, what's
Yeah,
wrong with my
yeah.
look?
Nothing, just for the fun.
I'm up for it. I request eyeliner and fake tattoos,
Yeah, the glam metal episode or something like that with
please.
spandex and everything. I mean, we did the Star Wars episode, right?
We did, but I
Yeah.
only wore a Darth Vader mask for a few minutes because it's not a good idea to podcast whilst wearing a plastic mask on your face. it's just not technically possible.
Yazzy, what is the deal about the band name Oversense? Did you?
It's so funny because we get asked it so often. It's a very blunt because my bandmates, the singer, is living in a town called Obersinn, and Oversense is a very bad translation of this village name.
Ger-
Over, Sin, Sense.
nice German English. That's good.
Yes.
Awesome. I think that's a really great reason. I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not?
I
That's
think a
pretty
great
cool.
a great band metal name would be any English town or city translated into German, because it
I
automatically
mean, we
sounds
also have the
more
London
metal.
district. We have the London district Whitechapel as band name too. So why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Huh.
fantastic. So I have to ask, where do we buy this album if we want to buy it?
Yeah. If you want it, the deluxe edition is limited to 100 pieces, and there are already some of them gone. There are 12 available on Amazon Germany, but you can order it basically in every shop that we listed in our page. I will just quickly post it in the chat myself because there are so many links where you can get this album. You can get it literally everywhere. So that we have kind of designed this one for all link where you can just join and see if there's a shop you like to order from to get the album. This was also something we've been working on with our management to get the album distributed everywhere. And so we have checked out several opportunities where to get it in the stores. And this is something really cool. So basically,
Awesome.
it's also available in Walmart, Saturn, MediaMarkt, Amazon, Amazon US, Amazon UK. Yeah, even in Walmart. This is
That's
crazy.
crazy. That's weird.
Yeah. Must have been a strange feeling once, like when you go to a Saturn or MediaMarkt or such store and see your own album.
Actually, I haven't done this yet. I didn't have the
Okay.
opportunity to get in one of these stores, but I guess I will do a selfie.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, man, what a feeling.
Yeah. You go to the counter with the disc and you say, "That's me. I'm
That's
playing
me.
guitar on that one."
I'm buying my own album.
Yeah, you gotta push it in the charts anyway. So
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And
I
you'll
mean,
make
if you want to help us to make it in the German charts, I mean, it's up to you if you want to support us.
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I want to say
Is
thanks, Yazzy. It's been really cool talking to you, and I'm not going to lie, I was a tertiary fan. I was around the outside of what you do. You know, I caught you occasionally. I watched a few of your videos, got a few of the live streams, and now having spoken to you, I'm like, okay, you're very cool. I want to get a little bit deeper into this fanship. So yeah,
Aw.
thank you very much. It was really cool meeting you, and I want to say that firstly, your pupils are extremely lucky to have you as a teacher, and
Gotta ask them.
and your fans are also very lucky to have someone who obviously cares so much about them. And if I can do 10% of what you do, then the guys watching this show right now are going to get a lot of good stuff. So thank you for schooling me.
You're welcome.
That's a terrible pun. Oh dear. Can I take that back?
Whatever.
Pretend I didn't say that.
It's okay. I'm a teacher. I got to deal with stupid answers.
yeah.
I need counseling.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'm also very like the type of person that sometimes says a joke and people won't get it and take it offensively, and then I have to explain why it was a joke. So
The best jokes are the ones you have to explain for certain,
Yeah.
as we've proven
Oh,
several
wow.
times on this show. I am afraid I have to go. I would love to spend more time, but my kids are downstairs and they've finished watching their movie, and I can hear them. You know, the Lego and the movie is not enough for them anymore. So, and
They need daddy.
This house has wooden floors, so I can quite literally feel them being unrested. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to hang, but I can't. I've got to go and be a dad.
yeah, then know your purpose that us teachers don't have to work so much, I guess.
Yeah, you can just give them back. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Well,
As a parent, you can't
Right.
return them, right? As a teacher, you can.
Yeah,
Go home.
yeah, fair enough. Well, I wouldn't want to return mine in case they're listening, or in case they see this in the future. So
thank you, Michael.
Yeah, okay, we've
There
got
was
lots of
just
people.
yeah.
There
Yeah,
we
well,
go.
there was just something someone saying he was looking forward to listen to the album. I was just saying thank you, and then you were starting talking. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I also caught what you said as well, but you've been very popular in the chat. I think you've spread more positivity. This show and this channel is all about positivity and music, and thank you for sort of taking that and running with it. It's been really cool. I wasn't sure if today was going to happen because I'm in England, and the tech side of it wasn't necessarily going to be possible. And I'm glad that I managed to plug some stuff in and make it happen.
Yeah. And everyone listening to this in the podcast version, please make sure to subscribe to Yazzy's channel, to Oversense, and of course to Andy's channel. Thanks to everyone in the live chat. It was a blast as usual. Please hit the like button so that we can get some more thumbs up for this live stream. Make sure to check out Yazzy's music. And Andrew,
Daniel,
we made it past the 50th episode. So I don't have anything here, but let's take water and just say cheers to
cheers
our
everybody.
lovely guests, to our lovely fans, to our friends and everyone. 50 episodes, up to 50 more, right?
Absolutely. I mean, I remember when we said if we could achieve 7, then we probably had a future, because if we make it past 7, then you generally keep going. 50. Yep. So, wow, that's amazing. Thanks to everybody listening and watching, making this possible. Yazzy, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Dan, oh yeah, all right. I'm going to go and save my family from some screaming children and take them to bed and have a cuddle. All right. Thank you for watching, as Dan said, and I will see you at some point in the future. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Guitar Stories Podcast, your #1 show for everything guitar.